If you're planning to sell your home, there are a few things that can quietly kill a deal before it ever happens. Sometimes buyers will walk through a house, say thank you, and never schedule a second showing. A buyer may even write an offer, only for the deal to fall apart later.
Most of the time, it comes down to a handful of common issues that buyers see as deal breakers.
We're going to walk through the biggest deal killers we see when buyers are choosing a home. Most importantly, what sellers can do to avoid them.
The way a home is priced, prepared, and presented can dramatically impact how quickly it sells, what kind of offers it attracts.
And these are patterns we see over and over again.
And that's the truth.
First, biggest deal killer is pricing. Buyers today are extremely informed. Before they ever step into a home, they have usually already looked at dozens of listings online.
Buyers typically view around 8 homes in person before making a purchase decision.
That means they are constantly comparing value. They are comparing square footage, upgrades, location, age of the home, and overall condition.
When a buyer walks into a home that feels noticeably overpriced compared to the other homes that they've seen, it immediately creates hesitation.
Even if they like the house, the thought becomes, are we overpaying for this?
Once the question is in the buyer's mind, it becomes very difficult to overcome.
One of the ways we help sellers avoid this is by studying how buyers are actually behaving in the market.
So we look really closely at all the homes that have sold, how long they were on the market, and how they were positioned when they first came on the market.
Pricing correctly from the start often creates the strongest momentum. Another major deal killer is condition of the home, like roof issues, foundation concerns, older HVAC systems, or signs of water damage can immediately make buyers nervous.
80% of homes have at least one issue that comes up during the inspection process.
When buyers start seeing major repairs, it introduces uncertainty.
Often causes buyers to pause or move on entirely.
Buyers today are often stretching financially to purchase a home. When they think they might have to replace a roof or HVAC system shortly after moving in, can feel very overwhelming to them.
What we often help sellers do is identify potential issues early. They can decide whether it makes sense to address them before the home actually hits the market.
Basic maintenance can go a long way towards giving buyers confidence. The next deal killer that sometimes surprises sellers is the layout of the home. You can change paint, lighting, appliances, and finishes, but changing the layout of a home is much more complicated.
Buyers are thinking about how they will actually live in the space, where the kitchen is located, how it connects to the living room, where the bedrooms are placed, whether the layout feels open and functional.
Sometimes a home may have a great square footage, but the flow just doesn't work for the buyers.
Many buyers actually prioritize layout over square footage.
A smaller home with a great layout often feels more appealing than a larger home with an awkward.
Staging and presentation can sometimes help buyers better understand how the space functions.
Location is another factor that can influence buyers' decisions very, very quickly. Things like being on a busy street, backing to commercial property, or being close to a major roadway can impact how buyers perceive a home.
Over 60% of buyers say neighborhood quality is one of the most important factors when choosing a home.
Things like commute times, access to shopping and restaurants, school districts are big, just the overall neighborhood feel.
Yeah, while sellers obviously cannot change the location of their home, they can control how it's positioned in the market.
Highlighting nearby parks, amenities, trails, restaurants can help buyers see the value of their location.
Outdated interiors.
Even if a home has been well maintained, buyers sometimes struggle to look past older finishes.
Outdated cabinets, heavy tile patterns, older lighting, fixtures, darker color schemes makes a home feel less appealing compared to others.
Buyers tend to overestimate the cost of updating these things by a lot.
Instead of seeing the potential, they sometimes simply move on to a home that feels more move-in ready.
Identifying smaller updates can make a really big impact.
Fresh paint, updated lighting, new hardware, simple cosmetic improvements can dramatically change how buyers perceive the home.
This is one that surprises sellers again. Smell can be a major deal killer.
Buyers notice smell immediately when they walk into a home. Pet odors, smoke, or musty smells can create an instant negative impression.
Scent has a strong influence on emotional decision making.
Once a buyer associates a negative smell with a home, it can be very difficult to change that impression.
Cleanliness also plays a major role. A home that feels clean, bright, well-maintained creates a completely different experience for buyers walking through.
For sure. Lighting and overall feel of the home also matter more than many sellers realize. Natural light plays a huge role in how buyers emotionally respond to a home.
Homes that feel dark or closed off often struggle compared to homes that feel bright and open. Simple as opening blinds, trimming landscape around the windows, or adjusting lighting can make a noticeable difference.
Buyers tend to gravitate towards spaces that feel bright, welcoming, and comfortable.
Too many compromises. Sometimes buyers do not walk away because of one big issue.
Instead, there are several smaller compromises that start to add up. Maybe the kitchen is dated, the yard is smaller than expected, and the layout is not perfect.
Each issue by itself might not be a deal breaker, but together, buyers begin to feel like they are compromising too much.
Pricing, presentation, that's just so important. The goal is to make your home stand out positively compared to other homes in the same price range.
So one thing that surprises many sellers is how quickly buyers can form an opinion about their home.
In many cases, buyers decide within the first few minutes whether a home feels right for them.
That is why preparation before the listing is so important.
When a home is priced correctly, presented well, and avoids the common deal killers we talked about today, it tends to attract more interest and stronger offers.
So if you are thinking about selling your home in the Austin area and want guidance on how to prepare it for the market, we would love to help.
Yes, and if you enjoy learning about real estate, the Austin market, and tips for buyers and sellers, make sure you subscribe to our Austin Home Guide.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.